Chapter 15, the Digestive System and Nutrition. In this chapter, we're only going to cover two sections. Number 1, the gastrointestinal tract, and then 2, specialized compartments for food processing. Starting off with the gastrointestinal tract. What is the primary function of the gastrointestinal tract? I'm going to give you a moment to answer or write it down in your notebooks, or feel free to include in our discussion a little bit later on. The function is going to be to break down complex organic molecules into food, complex organic molecules in food into smaller subunits that could be absorbed into the bloodstream for delivery to cells throughout the body. So the primary function is for that breakdown of food. So we're going to, every structure in the gastrointestinal tract is going to be organized around that aim, around that function. So the gastrointestinal tract, the GI tract, is going to be one long hollow tube. It starts in the mouth, way up here. Starts in the mouth, and it's going to end down in the anus. It's essentially one long hollow tube, open on both ends, that allows food to pass through it. As it passes through each stage, different parts or different mechanisms are going to be responsible for breaking down that food. So along most of its length, here's our GI tract: the mouth, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum, and anus. Along most of its length, the GI tract is going to have 4 layers. The first layer will be a mucosal layer. This is going to be the innermost layer. This is going to be moist and mucus secreting. That mucus is going to serve various functions depending on where it is located. The submucosal layer is going to be the connective tissue layer that has nerves and blood and lymph vessels. Below that will be the muscularis. It's going to be a double layer of smooth muscle, except in the stomach, where there are going to actually be 3 layers of smooth muscle found here. And then finally, the outermost layer, that's the layer that you can see here pictured, is going to be the serosa. It's going to be the outermost epithelial tissue that's going to be supported by connective tissue attached to other organs in the body. Figure 15.1 goes through all of the organs of the GI tract over here, and then the accessory structures. We are going to be covering all of these. So chapter 15 will be figure 15.1 will be a great one to come back to at the end of this chapter. See if you can quiz yourself by covering up these words and going through explaining what is the structure and the function of each one of these organs in the GI tract. All right, and that's it for section 15.1.